The Intouch One Pass system works seamlessly with the rentals application. It allows the guest to go through the rental process without having to carry small pieces of paper or contracts. All they need is their One Pass. In this example, we have a husband and wife who have been issued with their passes previously. They both want to rent an adult basic package for 1 day. We go ahead and we assign the products, one to each guest. The difference between these two guests is that Kathy has rented with the resort before, so we have previously captured weight, height and ability. This can be altered if necessary at the time of the sale. Gavin, on the other hand, has not rented with the resort before, so when the operator goes to pay for the sale, they are prompted and required to enter in the details for Gavin. The operator is then able to finish the sale. Now what that's doing in the rentals application is, if we go over to the rentals application, so the guests have arrived at the rentals department. The One Pass is scanned and the contract is brought up for the guest. We can see here that it's Gavin and his weight, height and ability has been entered. Again, we can enter it if necessary. He has purchased an adult basic package for 1 day. And if we go to the pickup screen, we can see that that package that he's purchased entitles him to skis, boots and poles. So the next step in the process is to allocate out the equipment. Now this can be done via barcodes on the equipment. For instance, I can allocate out some skis. I can also scan some boots and I can scan some poles. At this point, we could print out a rental agreement that the guest is required to sign and it's kept on file. And now the guests can take the equipment and go skiing. If Gavin decides that he wants to keep the package equipment for another day, we can go in and we can extend the package by configured days. In this case, we've got 1 day configured. So we see down here that the skis are due back at midnight today. We can extend the package and the skis and equipment are now due back midnight tomorrow. You'll notice that the extension is in red. This alerts the operator that there is a payment still required on this contract. The payment can be taken immediately. It can be taken when the equipment is returned. It can be taken from within the rentals program by simply clicking on pay. The guest and the product is brought through to sales point and the payment is taken. And the extension is now black, indicating that this contract has been paid in full. When Gavin returns the equipment is scanned again. We're now going to scan. And we can see now that these green indicators are indicating that all equipment has been returned. A report can be run at the end of the day to check for equipment that hasn't been returned. So for instance, if we had issued some equipment out to Kathy Smith, say we had rented her these skis, and she had not returned them at the end of the day, because we can see that they are due back. In the report that is run, if we now run this report, we can see that Kathy Smith has not brought back equipment associated with the basic package. This is the contract number that can be scanned to find the contract in the system. The inventory allows for the maintenance of the equipment to be logged into the database. So for instance, on these skis here, we can see that the date and the time and the tester of who completed binding tests, ski maintenance on this equipment. We can also add in the year the equipment was purchased and the original value for reporting purposes. There's also an inventory stock take module that allows each rental location to scan all their equipment and check to see if any equipment is missing or in the wrong location.